Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about reflex, action and structure of eye. What do you understand by reflex action? That is the response to a peripheral nervous stimulus. You know that sometimes we react very fast either to very hot object or the cold object or any spiny object or any animals which is very scary or spines are there on the body of the animal. So without thinking we are responding. So that is called reflex action. So the reflex action, so that is taken automatically without much effort of the brain. And here directly the brain is not involved, directly the spinal cord is involved. All of you know that brain is connected to spinal cord. So whatever information either it is going to brain or it is coming back from brain, so that passes through spinal cord. But the reflex action here the stimulate, so that is directly going to the spinal cord and brain is not directly involved. Alright. So what is reflex arc? Reflex arc is the shortest route that can be taken by an impulse from a receptor to an effector. A receptor means the organ which is receiving the stimuli. Effector means the organ which is doing the activity. As per the stimuli it is receiving. Okay, so that is the explanation of the receptor and effector. So the reflex arc, that is the shortest route taken by an impulse from the receptor to an effector. Okay, generally क्या होता है, आपका स्टिमुली जो है इस सेंसरी न्यूरॉन से ब्रेन में ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, ब्रेन में उसका इंटरप्रिटेशन हो रहा है, उसके बाद आंसर जो है स्पाइनल कॉर्ड के थ्रू से अगेन ये मोटर ऑर्गन में ट्रांसफर हो रहा है. दिस इज द नॉर्मल वे हाउ द बॉडी इज रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू अ स्टिमुली. बट यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ पर आपका इंफॉर्मेशन जो है ब्रेन में नहीं जा रहा है, ये स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में आ रहा है. स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में इंटरप्रिटेशन हो रहा है, स्टिमुली को रोकना है या उसको रीरूट करना है या उसको पास करना है, तो इसका डिसीजन कौन ले रहा है, स्पाइनल कॉर्ड. अदरवाइज नॉर्मल कंडीशन में डिसीजन जो है ये ब्रेन ले रहा है. ठीक है, तो रिफ्लेक्स आर्क का ये जो शॉर्टेस्ट रूट व्हिच इज टेकन बाय एन impulse or the stimuli, so that is called reflex arc. So what are the component of reflex arc? The component are receptor, sensory neuron, center, motor neuron and the effector. Now you see the diagram. This is spinal cord and the receptor, so that is the organ which is receiving the stimuli. So naturally the organ, you know that they are having the voluntary muscles. Okay, so here in the diagram we show that the muscle is receiving the stimuli, then the impulse with the help of the sensory neuron. Okay, so here you can see the sensory neuron is there. So with the help of the sensory neuron, now it goes to spinal cord. So spinal cord is called the center. So spinal cord is interpreting the stimuli of the impulse and the answer which is given by the spinal cord. Now again following the efferent pathway and with the help of the motor neuron, again it goes to the organ which is called the effector. Then only the organ is functional. Like for example, suppose I put your hand in boiling water. Then without much thinking you are pulling your hand. So that is called reflex action. Here the brain is not directly involved. Okay. Now we will discuss about human eye. Human eye, which is spherical and that is present in the socket. This is the socket. Inside the socket, the human eye that is present, and it is not on the same level of the face. So that if you fall down or in case of any injury, then the direct shock is not given to the eye. So eye is protected in the socket, in this socket. And to protect the eyelids are there, eyelashes are there. Now they are protecting eye from any foreign particle or the foreign object. Okay. Now here you see the eye is surrounded by three distinct layers. This is the outermost layer and the outermost layer that is called sclera. So the white portion of the eye which you can see, that is made up of sclera. Okay. So the sclera that is made up of white fibrous tissue. White fibrous tissue. So white is white in color because it is made up of white fibrous tissue. And the sclera, so that is complete all over the posterior part of the eye. But in the anterior part, sclera is up to this point. Then the front part which is visible, so that is called cornea. This is called cornea. Okay, so all of the back portion, so that is covered by the sclera, which is made up of the white tough fiber, and it is giving protection to the eye. But in the front portion, this is called cornea. Okay, now cornea, so that is the part which is responsible for receiving the light and for the vision. For example, suppose there is cornea transplantation. Somebody is blind because the cornea is defective. Then this cornea can be implanted. The whole eye is not implanted, only the cornea, so that is cut and that is taken out by the doctor, and it is implanted in the eye of the blind portion. Okay. So in front of the cornea there is another very thin membrane. That membrane is called conjunctiva. Conjunctiva. So conjunctiva is a very thin membrane which is protecting cornea. You might have heard about conjunctivitis, red eyes. So that is a disease. If the conjunctiva is infected, then the conjunctiva becomes red and the eye seems to be red in color. Okay, and the disease name is conjunctivitis. So cornea is present in the front part of the eye and it is surrounded by the membrane which is called conjunctiva. Okay. To sclera there is not much blood supply. There is very little blood supply is there in the sclera, so it seems to be white in color. And it is receiving oxygen because the eye is living. For the survival of the eye, there is requirement of the oxygen, which is given by the blood. So as I told you, the sclera is having little amount of the blood supply. It is receiving oxygen from the second layer, which is choroid. Now here you see, this is the second layer, the whole second layer in the front portion also, in the back portion also. So that second layer is called choroid. And choroid, that is pigmented layer. That is pigmented. It is having pigments. So you can see the choroid, so that is having specific color. Now all of the back portion it is making one complete layer except this place, but in the front it is making two parts. Now one is called ciliary body. This is called ciliary muscle. Ciliary muscles. And this front projected portion, so that is making iris. So in the eye you can see in the middle there is a color portion is there, which is either black or the brown in the color. Okay. So that color portion is called the iris. So depending on the color of the iris, the color of the eye will be different. Some there are the green eyes, some there are the blue eyes, very rare. Generally it is black, or in some cases it may be brown also. So why the color is there? Because of the presence of pigments. So this is the iris and this lower part, so that is made up of ciliary muscles. Okay. Then the front part of the ciliary muscles, it is making suspensory ligaments. And the suspensory ligaments, they are holding the lens which is biconvex. Okay. So the second layer, which is called the choroid, it is a pigmented layer and there is much blood supply is there. So the oxygen is provided to the layer. From this layer the oxygen can be diffused to the first layer, which is called sclera. Okay. Now the third layer, this is the third layer. The third layer is called retina. Retina is just like a screen. On retina there is image formation is taking place. Okay. So the retina, that is made up of two type of the photoreceptor cell, rods and cones. Rods and cones. Rods, they are responding to dim light. You can differentiate between the bright and the not bright object, and whereas the cones, they are responsible for colors. We can differentiate different colors. So that is because of the photoreceptor cell, which is called cones. So the retina, that is layer which is made up of rods and the cones, and you can find out all over the retina, the rods and the cones, they are present. Okay, but at a specific point, there is one depression is there. This is the depression, and that point is called fovea. In this point, maximum cones are there. So you see, this point is also called as the yellow spot, and the spots that is just behind, you see in the middle part of the lens. So the yellow spot, that is a point where you can see the brightest image formation is taking place, because there you can find out there is a maximum rods and cones are there in that particular spot. So the image formation which is taking place on the retina, if it is taking place in this point, then the image will be brightest. Okay. Now the lens, what kind of the lens is there? This is biconvex. It is a crystalline, transparent and the biconvex lens, so that the image which is produced on the retina, so that will be real and inverted. Okay. And how the lens that is hold? That is hold with suspensory ligaments. Suspensory ligaments, they are developing from the ciliary muscles and they are holding the lens. Okay. Now these two are the iris, parts of the iris. Now you see in between the iris there is one small gap is there, and that gap is called pupil. That gap is called pupil. So pupil is a small aperture. This is a small aperture. Now if you see your eye in front of the mirror also, you can see there is one small aperture is there. Now which is either contracting or the dilating. So that is called pupil. So through the pupil only the light is entering into the eye. And depending on the condition, either the pupil can be dilated or it can be contracted. For example, if suddenly some bright light is there in front of your eye, then the pupil will contract, so that less amount of the light will enter into the eye. If any object is far away from you at far distance, then your eye will be wider and the pupil will also be wider. So that is the opening which can control the amount of the light which is entering into the eye. Then here you see, this is one chamber, this is second chamber. The front chamber, that is called aqueous chamber. This front one, that is called aqueous chamber. And in the aqueous chamber, the fluid which is present, that is called aqueous humor. Then the second chamber, that is called vitreous chamber. Vitreous chamber. And in the vitreous chamber, similarly, you can find out the fluid which is present. So that is called the vitreous fluid. Okay. So the fluid which is present here, that is nourishing the lens, and this fluid which is present here, now that is preventing the lens either to collapse or to go behind. Okay. Then what is optic nerve? Now here you see, this is the place where there is no the layer, so that is missing, and in this point the nerve which is present, that is called optic nerve. So optic nerve, that place is also called as blind spot, because in this place there is no rods and the cones, so no image formation is taking place at this place. Okay. But what is the function of the optic nerve? Now the optic nerve, it is connected to brain. So the image formation which is taking place here on the retina, or the stimuli which the retina is getting, or the action potential which is developing here on the screen of the retina, so that is carried to brain with the help of the optic nerve. And in the brain, because here the image formation which is taking place, so that is the real image but the inverted. So as the information is taken to brain, so which part of the brain? So that is cerebellum. occipital lobe. So there is a erect image formation is taking place. Again the side, so that is similar to the object we have seen, and it is a real and it is a erect image. So the image formation is taking place in the brain. Then only we are able to see any object. So what is the mechanism? How the image formation that is taking place on retina? For example, suppose an object is there in front of the eye. Then the light which is coming from the object that enters into the light through the pupil and passes through the lens, which is the biconvex and the crystalline lens. And if the lens is a biconvex, you know that there are two types of the lens. One is the biconcave, another is the biconvex. So as the light passes, then you can find out the way they will converge. Okay, and they are converging on retina and making the image. The image is inverted and the real image, and the size is small. Then this image, so that is carried to brain. The impulse is carried to brain with the help of spinal nerve. Optic nerve. Optic nerve. And in the brain there is a interpretation is there. And in the brain you can see the the erect and the real image of the object. So this is the way how the photoreceptor cells they are stimulated, and the action potential, so that is developing on retina, and then the impulse is taken to the brain for interpretation.